Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. You read the title right, Doombots is making its grand return back to League of Legends. It's been 9 years since Season 6, which was the last time that Doombots was last seen, and fans, including myself, have been asking for its return since. The new dev update just dropped covering Doombots' return, smurfing and boosting detection, and the introduction of WASD movement. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. Getting into the fun stuff first, Doombots will be coming back on patch 25.17. Now, for anyone who isn't familiar, as the mode was last out 9 years ago, Doombots is a PvE game mode where you and 4 other teammates fight off waves of overpowered bots with amplified abilities. The goal is to survive for 15 minutes, which is when the boss, who this time will be Veigar, marches to your base with his army of Doombots to destroy your nexus. What sounds great is that they said they took a lot of learnings from Swarm, and applied that knowledge here, hopefully meaning that the boss will be a lot more engaging than last time. They've also added a new feature called Trials of Doom, which will act as harder versions of base Doombots, where both bots and players will get different buffs. These trials will change every patch Doombots is out, so it's a neat way to keep the mode a little bit more fresh whilst it's available. This is all cool and used to hear, as PvE modes are an easy way to get your buddies together in a lobby and just have stupid fun. If you missed out on playing Doombots back in the day, this is your chance to try it. Moving on to a quicker and lighter hit, Xin Zhao is finally getting a VGU. His kit is going to be remaining the same, but his skins and animations are going to be getting a once-over. They also gave a release time of patch 25.19 for Victor's Machine Herald skin, which no doubt the OG Victor mains will be very happy about. The last thing here is that Meddler announced on Reddit that the World's 2024 T1 skins will be revealed in September. Moving on, we got an update from Froxen and Capybara, who you will more likely know now as Drew 11. Riot have been aggressively cracking down on behavior issues in the game like trolling and catching cheaters, and the next large focus is now on smurfing and boosters. From patch 25.18, they'll be rolling out changes to punish boosting and hitchhiking. Boosting you'll no doubt be familiar with, but hitchhiking covers situations where only one player is the smurf/booster and the other is duoing with that player. Moving forward, both players in that situation will now receive a punishment. Our reports from when the system got updated earlier in the year helped improve their detection on smurfs and boosters. We'll be getting pop-ups whenever reports get a hit, which is nice as it makes you feel like your reports are doing something. The last bit here is that in general they're going to be getting a lot stricter on accounts that are bought, botted or shared. They're currently going through the process of banning a large amount of botted accounts, which sounds like they've got a backlog to go through. There is a grey area that they don't mention in the dev update but do in the blog. If you make an O account yourself and you alone use it, you'll be safe, as long as you aren't participating in ranked manipulation. They said however that they're still looking into those cases to try and place those accounts in the appropriate ranked games. Now to close out with the biggie, WASD movement, or WASD as they kept on referring to it in the dev update. What was quite interesting to hear is that the introduction of WASD is geared mostly for new and returning players, mentioning that click to move isn't a control scheme that many are used to. Now I've got to say I don't think I've heard someone personally say they'd prefer to move with WASD once they get down with League's movement and controls, but if it means more players are willing to pick up the game, I'm certainly willing to see how it lands. The plan is for a slow rollout, with WASD movement coming to the PvE first for a couple of patches. Once feedback has been gathered from the PvE, it will then hit live servers, but only in normals before eventually hitting ranked queues. What was also nice to hear is that pros at MSI were able to give feedback on WASD movement too, topping off that WASD would be allowed to be used in pro play once it rolls out globally. Whilst I'd love to engagement bait and say that WASD might be a little bit overpowered, the likelihood is that this stays a very low geared movement scheme, though we'll just have to wait and see. So, what are you looking forward to the most from the dev update? Is it Doombots coming back after a 9-year absence? The smurfing crackdown? Or is it the introduction of WASD movement, which I think is going to be at the forefront of a lot of people's minds? Whilst I think it's going to end up making a small splash in the grand scheme of things, it'll be interesting to see how new players potentially try League because of it, and on the opposite end, if there do end up being pros who use it as well. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think, and I'll see you around for the next video. Bye!